So, when did you first get into kind of the Harry Potter fandom? Did you read the books as a kid? Did you like watch the movies?
Yeah, I can't remember how old I was. I think probably like middle school, 6th grade or something. I read all the books and I watched the movies. I had that kind of, childhood like Harry Potter obsession phase. And more recently, in the last couple of months, I've relapsed.
I feel that.
It came up on, the Harry Potter stuff came up on TikTok, and it kind of restarted my Harry Potter phase.
Yeah. So what do you think, the appeal of this fandom is?
I mean, it's just, I think the fact that it's, magic, I feel like that just appeals to a lot of people, and it's, this other world that's just really cool and interesting. Because magic is cool, man.
It is. Do you think that, it's kind of like an escape for some people, and it's just, that's kind of, the appeal of, very, fantastical stories, in general?
Yeah, definitely for me. And that's why I like to read, because it's kind of an escape, and you get to, I can't remember the exact quote, but it's a man who reads lives 1,000 lives, and a man who doesn't lives 1 life. And it's very true, because if you read, you get to live all these fantastical adventures and do all this cool stuff, mentally and emotionally.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite character?
Alright, I'm gonna start with, the somewhat more obvious one, Draco Malfoy.
Yeah, I do like your earrings quite a bit. They
Yeah.
look good.
It's not embarrassing at all. No, but he's... And I know, everyone likes him nowadays, but let me just say I liked him before it was cool. So that's my one flex for the evening. I mean, he's misunderstood. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know, there's something about him that I think people just relate to, because he has all this internal conflict. And I've heard he's been called the boy who had no choice, and I think it's just, a lot of people have savior complexes.
Yeah.
And I feel people just, because all he really needed was love and affection. Because he was never, he was written to be the antagonist, but he never really had a choice in the things he did. Because he's you've seen his father. Imagine growing up with that as a role model. And obviously he was it impacted a lot of his views on stuff, but also you can see when he in the scene where he's trying to kill Dumbledore. He's I have to do this because he does. It kind of reminds you that he that whole movie, I think it's the 6th one, is about not the whole thing, but a lot of it is about Harry being Draco is a Death Eater, Draco is bad, he's trying to kill Dumbledore. But then that scene just reminds you that he's just a scared kid.
Yeah. Do you have another favorite character that you'd like to talk about today?
Something about Luna, it's just, she's so pretty and hairy, and I think it's just, she's really got a quiet confidence that I really admire, because she's not overly loud or pushy, but you can tell she doesn't care what other people think, and she's got a way with words.
So, I know that there are a lot of quizzes you can take online, and many fans want to know what Hogwarts house they are. Do you have a Hogwarts house?
Officially, I am a Ravenclaw, but under the table. This kind of gets controversial when people mix the houses.
Yeah.
But I, under the table, I'm kind of a Slytherclaw. People just think I'm Slytherin, and I gotta be honest, I kind of see it too. But I officially am a Ravenclaw.
Okay,
officially.
Gotcha. Okay, last question. Little bit of a fun one. If you could try any food from the Harry Potter world, what would it be and why?
Also a really, really hard question. I feel like the obvious answer is butterbeer. I
Mhm.
feel like that's the most like show. But it's not like specific food, but I always like, it's like in the first movie, the Halloween feast just looks
Oh, yeah.
amazing because it's got like all sorts of like sweets and like not just like candy but like cakes and cupcakes and cookies, and it just, my sweet tooth comes out and it just, childhood
Oh, yes.
and overdosing on sugar.
So yeah, that's all for the interview. Thank you for coming in and talking about Harry Potter
It was
today.
my pleasure, really.